Welcome to another episode of the microprocessors course. In this episode, I will teach you the maximum mode configuration. Let them have a look of this block diagram which comprises of 8284. This is 8284 and this is 8086 microprocessor and this is the 8288 bus controller. Additionally, we are connecting and these are latches 8282 and this is transceiver 8286. In the previous classes up to the minimum mode configuration, this 8282 and 8286 and 8284 are get connected to the 8086 in the previous minimum mode configuration we have seen so far. Now additionally a bus controller of 8288 connected to the 8086. This is the additional component added in a maximum mode operation. So S0, S1, S2 these are the status signals connected to the 8288 bus controller. From this decoder of 8288, internally we have a decoder in this 8288. From the decoder we may generate some sort of control signals like memory read MRDC bar, memory write MWTC bar, advanced memory write AMWC bar, IO read IORC bar, IO write IOWC bar, advanced IO write AIOWC bar, and interrupt acknowledgement. These are the additional control signals are provided by the decoder of S0, S1, S2 signals. In addition to that, to provide and to send the address signals via the latches and to send the data via the transceivers, we may be connecting the DN and DT by R bar and ALE to the STB of the 8288 as well as DN and DT by R connected to the 8286. So the internal connections is look like this. This is the basic circuit introduction regarding the maximum mode operation. So as usual, the clock generator provides the clock signals which is used for the clock generation and reset synchronization and ready synchronization. These signals provided to the 8086. After that, these status signals will be used for generating these type of control signals, additional control signals. In fact, in the minimum mode configuration we have seen only 4 types of control signals like IO read, IO write, memory read, memory write. In addition to that, we have a nearly 6 to 10 parallel control signals are needed in maximum mode configuration. In that regard, we are having some sort of control signals like these types, right? And as usual, the address A0 to A19 will be connected to the latches and sends to the address bus to generate the 1 MB address bus, as well as the data will be sent via the transceivers and generating the 16-bit data bus via the data bus it will sends out. So demultiplexing the address and data will be possible by the ALE signals, right? So ALE is also connected via the 8288 to the latches and transceivers are connected to the T to the DT by R bar. Like that, this total circuit will be look like this. A while ago we have seen the 8288 which was additionally connected to the 8086 microprocessor to generate some sort of control signals in maximum mode, right? Now the 8288 bus controller, you can see here it's look like this. So 8284 is connected to the 8086 as well as S0, S1, S2 bar signals connected to the decoder. From the decoder, using some sort of control logic CEN, AEN bar, IOB, these pins are used for multiprocessor and single processor communication. Via this control logic, the signals will be generated through the control signal generator. The generated signals of ALE is connected to the strobe signal, as well as this DN is connected to the NAND gate of the input, one of the input, and as well as this DT by R bar is connected to the T of the transceivers. So the latches and transceivers are get connected via this control signal generator, right? So from the status decoder via the command signal generator, some sort of control signals we have seen in the previous diagram will be come out. That will be called as a control bus. And whenever the interrupt acknowledgement will be provided and generated by the command signal generator as a control signal, that will be connected to the 8259A priority control signal generator. And of course, IOWC bar and IORC bar also connected to the 8259. One of the NAND gate input is controlled to the 8259. So this is the basic block diagram of this 8288 bus controller is providing here. Let them have a look each one of the control signals now. In 8288, AL is connected to the STB we have seen, and the DN and TT by R bar are connected to the transceiver. This status signals S0, S1, S2 signals generated some sort of control signals like MRDC, MWTC, IORC, IOWC and other signals. Now what is the necessity and what is the specification of these control signals? Let them have a look. This MRDC bar is memory read command. Generally it instructs the memory to put the contents of the addressed locations on the data bus. And coming to this MWTC bar, memory write command, it is also instructs the memory to accept the data on the data bus and load the data into the particular memory locations. And next IORC bar, IO read command, it instructs the IO device to put the data on the particular specified address port on the data bus. And IOWC bar is IO write command, it is also instructing the IO device to accept the data on the data bus and load the data into the particular address port. And MCE by PDN bar, master cascade enable and peripheral data enable, this is one pin, very important pin. It controls the operation of the 8259A. What is 8259A means that we need to connect some peripheral devices to the 8086 microprocessor more than the 8. In that particular case, 8259 is one of the device which will be used for cascading the number of 8259s and providing the more number of devices in the form of input and output. So in this particular pin, IOB should be grounded and the input output bus is tied to be high. Here the IOB is grounded and enables the IO bus transceivers if IOB is tied high. If IOB bus is tied high, then transceivers is going to be enabled. Coming to this AIOWC bar and AMWC bar, advanced IO write command or advanced memory write command, these are activated one pulse before. Sometimes what happened, the peripheral devices are slow devices and processor is a fast device. In order to synchronize, we need some time. So there may be some delay. Due to overcome this delay, we are giving one pulse ahead. So this gives an extra clock cycle to prepare to input the data. And next one is AEN bar, IOB, CEN. These pins we have seen in the 8288 bus controller. This is CEN bar is connected to the plus 5 volts and AEN bar and IOB is connected to the ground, which is connected to the control logic. So if AEN and IOB CEN used for particularly for multiprocessor configuration, multiprocessor system, AEN and IOB as grounded as shown just now, and CEN is connected to the plus 5 volts supply. AEN bar is a memory control signal which can be connected to the 8288 bus controller. IOB is for selecting the IO bus mode or a system bus mode. Sometimes we need to give system bus mode and sometimes we need to connect the IO bus mode. So for that purpose IOB is going to be connected. As well as control enable CEN is for command input pins. So these are the additional control signals are generated by the decoder from the inputs of S0, S1, S2 via the 8288. So this is the total information regarding the 8288 bus controller as well as the maximum mode configuration. And in the next class we will discuss on the timing diagram of the maximum mode configuration. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. Don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get notifications whenever we upload a new video. Thank you very much. See you again. Bye bye.